Former Lakers guard Danny Green didn't hold back when talking about LeBron James, but not about his skills, his legacy, or his work ethic. No, Green went deeper, into something that has shaped not just LeBron's career, but the careers of almost every modern-day superstar: social media. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Now, when LeBron James entered the NBA in 2003, the world was completely different. Think about it. Flip phones were still everywhere. People were texting with T9 keyboards. The iPod was the hot new gadget, and Facebook hadn't even launched yet. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok? They didn't exist. LeBron came into the league as the chosen one, a teenager from Akron, Ohio, already being compared to Michael Jordan before he'd ever played an NBA game. The hype was insane. But what's even more incredible is that he lived up to it. And not just lived up to it, he exceeded it. But according to Danny Green, the rise of social media during LeBron's career may have taken something away from that greatness. Green recently appeared on the podcast All the Smoke, hosted by Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, and during their conversation, he made a bold claim. He said social media, instead of elevating LeBron, actually ruined part of his mystique. Here's what Green had to say. I think social media has ruined that for a lot of the bigger guys. I feel like that aura, I saw it a lot more earlier on. When he was in Cleveland, he was a rock star. By the time he got to LA, when he was in Miami, I feel like they had so much access to him. It's a fascinating perspective, because it touches on something we rarely talk about anymore: the mystery of the superstar. The idea that the greatest athletes, the legends, should feel distant, unreachable, larger than life. That's what built the mystique around players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and even early LeBron. Back then, the only time you really saw your favorite player was during the game. Maybe a quick post-game interview. Maybe a highlight on SportsCenter. But now, you can see what they ate for lunch. You can see them dancing on TikTok, tweeting in real time, going live on Instagram. That constant access removes the illusion. It brings them down to earth. And that's what Danny Green is talking about. Now, to be clear, Green isn't attacking LeBron. In fact, he's acknowledging something that affects all the modern superstars. Social media has made it harder for players to maintain that mythic image. They're more exposed, more scrutinized, and more human in the eyes of the public. That doesn't mean LeBron hasn't been able to thrive. He absolutely has. He's broken records, won titles, and remained one of the most dominant forces in basketball well into his 40s. He's playing at a level that still shocks fans and analysts alike. But according to Green, there's a difference between being great and feeling mythical. And maybe, just maybe, social media blurred that line. Even so, let's not forget, LeBron James doesn't need mystery to be remembered as an all-time great. What he's done on the court is undeniable. Over 20 years of excellence. 4 NBA championships. Multiple MVPs. All-time scoring leader. A player who's impacted the game and the culture like very few ever have. And he's not done yet. If LeBron can lead the Lakers to one more championship, just one more, it could be the final push he needs to cement himself as the undisputed greatest of all time. Not just among his fans, but among his critics, his doubters, and the basketball world at large. Because at the end of the day, no amount of Instagram posts or tweets can erase what you do under the bright lights of the playoffs. But let's be real, LeBron won't be able to do it alone. The Lakers still have work to do. Their roster needs help. Holes need to be filled. And with LeBron's veteran presence and front office influence, there's no doubt he'll have a say in the moves that come next. Whether it's recruiting another star or pushing for smarter depth on the bench, his voice carries weight. So the question now is, can the Lakers build the right team around him fast enough to make one last title run? Because if they can, and if LeBron lifts that trophy in purple and gold once again, then all the noise on social media, all the access, all the exposure, all the criticism, none of it will matter. History will. You won't believe what's brewing in Los Angeles right now. The Lakers, one of the NBA's most iconic franchises, are standing at a major crossroads. And leading the charge into this uncertain but thrilling summer? None other than Luka Doncic. That's right. The former Dallas Mavericks superstar, the 5-time All-NBA first-team guard, is now front and center in the Lakers' plans. After a jaw-dropping mid-season trade that sent shockwaves through the league, Doncic is no longer wearing Mavericks blue. He's now fully dressed in purple and gold. And the Lakers? They've got a golden opportunity in front of them. Luka Doncic is eligible for a contract extension this summer. And not just any deal. We're talking 4 years, $229 million. That's superstar money. The deal would officially begin in the 2026-27 season and replace his current player option, starting him off at a cool $51 million in that first year alone. Most people would think, easy decision. Lock it in. Secure the bag. But according to ESPN's salary cap expert Bobby Marks, Doncic might not take that route. In fact, Marks suggests that Luka could go for something unexpected, a shorter, 3-year deal worth $165 million, with a player option in the final season. Now, why would a player pass up $229 million guaranteed? It's about flexibility. It's about control. And it's about long-term strategy. By signing a shorter extension, Doncic could re-enter free agency much sooner, and possibly earn back a staggering $345 million he lost by being traded from the Mavericks before his next Supermax deal kicked in. That trade cost him money, yes, but it also gave him something even more valuable. A fresh start in Los Angeles and the chance to redefine his legacy in a market built for stars. And Doncic has already hinted that he's embracing this opportunity. While his journey in Dallas was expected to last a lifetime, things changed quickly, and now his focus is entirely on winning in LA. And let's talk about what he's already done in such a short time with the Lakers. Despite battling through a nagging calf injury, Luka delivered monster performances night after night. In 28 games, he averaged 28.2 points per game, 7.5 assists, 8.1 rebounds, 1.6 steals, 43.8% shooting from the field, 37.9% from three, all while logging 35.1 minutes per night. Let that sink in. Those are elite numbers from a player who wasn't even at 100%. Imagine what a fully healthy Doncic could do with a full offseason under his belt, playing alongside LeBron James and with the entire franchise committed to building around him. Speaking of LeBron, yes, he's still here, still dominant, and still one of the most respected players in the league. And between him and Doncic, the Lakers have a duo that could rival any in the NBA. But let's be real, time is ticking. LeBron isn't getting any younger, and the Lakers know they have to capitalize now. That's why they're already shifting focus to the future. And in that future, Luka Doncic is the centerpiece. So where do the Lakers go from here? If Doncic agrees to the full extension, they've got him locked in through 2030. They can build a long-term championship window around him, draw in elite role players, and give fans the dynasty they've been craving. But if he chooses the shorter 3-year deal with a player option, it changes everything. It puts pressure on the front office. It demands urgency. It forces them to win now, or risk watching their superstar walk. The stakes couldn't be higher. Luka Doncic is one of the most skilled, marketable, and unique talents the game has ever seen. At just 26 years old, he's already done more than most players do in their entire careers. But he hasn't lifted the Larry O'Brien trophy yet. And that's the piece he's chasing in Los Angeles. That's the dream he's bought into. And that's why this summer is about way more than just contract numbers. It's about building a contender. It's about earning Luka's trust. And it's about making sure the Lakers aren't just relevant, but dominant. So what will Luka Doncic do? Will he take the safe path, sign long-term, collect his $229 million, and build with patience? Or will he bet on himself, sign short-term, keep his options open, and push the front office to prove they can build a winner around him? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. The Lakers are now Luka's team. And every move they make this offseason, every trade, every free agent, every draft pick, will be made with one goal in mind. Win. With Luka. According to insider reports, including a recent note from Kelly Iko of The Athletic, the Phoenix Suns might be lowering their asking price for Durant. If that's true, it could open the door for teams like the Lakers to make a run at acquiring one of the most talented players in the league. Imagine a blockbuster 3-team trade involving the Lakers, Suns, and Nets. Here's the rumored framework. The Lakers would send out Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Dorian Finney-Smith, Dalton Knecht, and Maxi Kleber, along with a 2031 unprotected first-round pick and a 2022 draft pick swap. Phoenix would receive Hachimura, Finney-Smith, Vincent, and those valuable draft assets. The Brooklyn Nets would take on Kleber's expiring contract and send back Knecht, the promising rookie who was the 18th overall pick in last year's draft. For Phoenix, this deal could represent a shift toward rebuilding and salary relief. For the Nets, it would be a way to offload some salary while adding young talent. And for the Lakers, it could mean landing Kevin Durant, a move that would drastically change their championship outlook. Here's the twist: Durant holds a lot of power in this situation. He's entering the final year of his current contract, and that means he can effectively veto any trade destination by refusing to sign an extension. If Durant dislikes the idea of going to a certain team, his agent can let them know the star won't commit long-term. This kind of leverage is rare and gives Durant the ability to influence where he lands. So if Durant wants to come to Los Angeles, and if he signals that clearly, the Lakers would have a real shot. After all, teaming up with LeBron James and Luka Doncic would put Durant on one of the most star-studded rosters in NBA history. LeBron James and Kevin Durant have faced off in some of the most memorable moments in recent NBA history, from heated playoff series to MVP races. But they have never been teammates. This summer could be the final opportunity for these two superstars to join forces. If they do, it would instantly make the Lakers favorites for the title. The combined skill, experience, and basketball IQ of these two players, plus Luka Doncic's rising star power, would create a lineup that few teams could match. Of course, no blockbuster trade comes without a cost. To bring in Durant, the Lakers would have to sacrifice a significant chunk of their depth and future assets. That means losing rotation players like Rui Hachimura and Dorian Finney-Smith, promising young talents like Dalton Knecht, and valuable draft picks. This kind of move would leave the Lakers with fewer bench options and less flexibility moving forward. But the gamble would be worth it if it means contending for championships now, while LeBron is still playing at an elite level and Luka is in his prime. The Lakers aren't the only team who could pursue Durant. The Houston Rockets, who own multiple Suns draft picks, and the San Antonio Spurs, who hold the 14th overall pick in this year's draft plus young talent, would be attractive trade partners for Phoenix. Both teams offer valuable assets and would be strong contenders to land Durant if the Suns truly decide to trade him. But the Lakers' appeal is unique. Los Angeles is a premier destination, offering star power, media attention, and championship aspirations that many players desire. If Durant's preference is to play in LA, that could sway the Suns' decision and open a path for this blockbuster deal. The NBA offseason will be full of speculation, rumors, and trade talks. For the Lakers, this summer will define their direction for years to come. With LeBron and Luka at the core, the addition of Kevin Durant would send shockwaves across the league and instantly turn the Lakers into a powerhouse. But it will take bold decisions, sacrifices, and a bit of luck. If Durant wants Los Angeles, and if the Suns are willing to lower their asking price, the Lakers could make the impossible possible. They would have to give up depth and future draft capital, but the reward, 3 of the best players in the world on one team, would be more than worth it. This is the kind of high-stakes drama NBA fans live for. The Lakers have an outside chance to pull off one of the biggest moves in recent history, uniting stars who have never played together but share a competitive fire and championship hunger. Will it happen? Only time will tell. But one thing's certain, the summer ahead promises excitement, and Lakers fans have every reason to watch closely. Because if the rumors hold true and the stars align, the Los Angeles Lakers could be about to shake up the NBA in a way no one saw coming.